Hello and welcome, my leprechaun werewolf hybrids. It's SJB here, and I had a weird idea for you guys. Or a weird video series idea for you guys. And I wanted to let you know that I think I'm going to follow through with it no matter what. But I am still curious what your guys... Oh my god, we're already getting overwhelmed here. Let's go, Blade Shooter. Alright, get the trifecta here right in the middle. Oh no, we're down to 12 lives, but that's okay because we're generating lives. It shouldn't be that big of a deal long term, but for now, just know that we're struggling because we're pushing with some banana farms. But I had an idea. A wicked idea. We've done some late game challenges in the past, but we've never done a late game challenge where we go as late as we possibly can, but with a single tower. We've done a chimps game to see if we can beat chimps with a single tower, but we've never gone as late as we possibly can with a single type of tower. So we're going to go with as many tack shooters as we possibly can on the screen, as many villages that are non-attacking villages as we want on the screen, and as many banana farms as we want on the screen all at the same time. The question is, how far can we go? Can we make it to around 100? Yeah, probably. Can we make it around 125 or 150 or 175? Oh my god, or even 200? Well, that's what we're going to try to find out for you guys today. Our first 5th tier has been birthed into the world. We've got a tax zone already. And I just wanted to touch on the fact that we've got a lot of banana farms already. These are all just 3rd tier banana farms, so I haven't farmed to the ridiculous level that I possibly could have, but it's still a lot of money coming in. The thing is that I don't actually think I'm going to need that much money. I mean, of course, we have to buy all 3 5th tiers of our tax shooters. That's a reasonable amount of money, but then beyond that, the most expensive 4th tiers are about $4,000 or $5,000 total. So even if I spammed the entire screen with $5,000 tack shooters, we're not looking at millions of dollars. We're looking at less than $1 million worth of towers. So yeah, I need some money, but I don't need to go ridiculous here. I'm still going to farm a reasonable amount, but I just want to throw it out there that it's not all that important. And obviously, we're dominating so far. It is official. We played on hard mode, so we're officially into free play at this point. That seems pretty reasonable and fair. And we have all of the banana farms that I'm going to build for the rest of the game here. These are just a bunch of 4th tiers, mostly 0-4s, with one, of course, Monkey Wall Street. I guess I got a greater production on him, but it doesn't matter too much. That led us to having a lot of lives, which I don't think actually is going to affect us in the long term here. It's not like we're going to be able to tank DDTs or bad balloons or anything like that later on in the game. But if something does sneak through right now, we'll at least be able to survive. So what I want to talk about really quickly is our positioning. Positioning is pretty much the most important thing for going late game when you only have limited towers and limited locations where you can put those towers. So I don't know if this is necessarily 100% perfectly ideal, but I really like using the central locations for tack shooters on this map in particular. Tack shooter, tack zone, I try to put closer to the front of the map because I wanted to make sure he's hitting mostly the Moab class balloons. Putting him on the corner here, it means that he kind of, just because it's like 3D, he's kind of on top of the map actually, and most of his tacks can even go through like just the Moab layer all at the same time, even the ones that are kind of like below us, especially a bad balloon or something like that. Every single tack that comes out of this guy can go straight into the bad. So this is important to put the tack zone a little bit closer to the top up here. As far as Inferno Ring is concerned, it doesn't really matter too much as long as you have a lot of your area inside of the blast radius is kind of like the main thing. And I like him to be more of a balloon popper than a Moab popper, but he can do both. So put him, you know, at least having a little bit of room up here, but more room near the bottom down here. That's why I decided to put him like that. As far as our Super Maelstrom is concerned, honestly, I think he could go a couple different locations, and I wouldn't have minded putting him a little bit closer to the bottom down here. But I just kind of liked having a nice bundle of 5th tiers. Kind of looks prettier, more fun, more exciting. I didn't make them in a straight line. I know some people, you know, are probably not happy about that. But watching this just try 5th tier combo, go to town is awesome. But that is not all. Now we need to start actually thinking about late game and how to most effectively and efficiently build our late game setup. So we have to decide if we're going to go for a bunch of primary mentoring villages. And of course, I cannot build a primary expertise because he does do damage. So as upsetting as that is, we have to keep that in mind. We want to use just tack shooters to do damage, but we can support them with the village. So what we can do is we can build a couple of weird villages, and I can put them in really weird spots. Oh, check this out. DDT is already kind of an issue, so that's kind of problematic. So what I can do is I can, believe it or not, build a couple of villages over in the corner here. This might seem really goofy to you, but I think it might actually make sense in the long run. anywhere where Tack Shooters basically can't reach. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade up to a couple Call to Arms. And then I'm going to buy one of those up to a Homeland Defense. And what I can do is if I set up my bots properly, I believe that I can get these guys to have a non-stop Call to Arms happening all the time, while also getting a Homeland Defense happening kind of most of the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bots going over here. I got 4 bots all set up here. 1, 2, and again, putting these guys kind of off the corner here. 3 and 4. I'm going to activate them kind of like off-kilter from each other. So we're going to wait a few seconds, maybe like 10 seconds or so. Then we're going to activate the other village, do the exact same thing, exact same thing, exact same thing. And you might be thinking, Chris, freaking Call to Arms, that makes no sense. They're not in range of anything. They're not doing anything. But indeed, they are. Ninja Kiwi changed it somewhat recently, so Call to Arms now affect the entire map instead of just, you know, let's do a 4th one of these guys if I can. Let's do another one of these puppies. Another Call to Arms, and I'll bot this puppy as well. I don't know if I got everything perfectly timed here, but that's the way we're going to do it. And good enough for me. All right. Oh, those two kind of activated at the same time, didn't they? Dang. Okay. Well, yeah, you know what? We're going to undo this one. We're trying to fix this a little bit. Round 100. You can see there's a lot of pink going on here. There's like a lot of pink going on. I think the bad balloon shouldn't be a big deal, but now we're going to actually start to struggle against the DDTs and other balloons coming out in here. Specifically, right now, DDTs are the biggest issue for me. So believe it or not, I'm actually going to pause to start building a bunch of my Tack Shooters and tell you guys my strategy kind of right after that. So let's undo the auto start and get to building. All right, so we have $300,000 at this point, and I have all of these guys built already. I'm not going to be messing with them very much. I think I can get a Jungle Drums over here just because they're kind of in range. But then the rest of my textures here are going to be upgraded to whatever I feel like makes the most sense. But I want to make sure I get my primary mentoring at the very least with radar scanner on as many textures as I possibly can. So I decided to say that I don't need every single texture on the screen to have cam detection. I just want most of them to have cam detection. But if I have to adapt my strategy because I need more cam detection, I of course can do that. So here we go. This is kind of my setup here. I think I have to go for one more quick sell here and fit one more village, hopefully. Get as many Tacks as I can in there. And go for my primary mentoring and my radar scanner. And again, we'll see if I have to adapt by selling like a couple textures in here or in here. But otherwise, we're just going to kind of let them ride. Now, as far as Tack Shooter upgrades go, I think for the most part, my most important Tack Shooter upgrade is going to be the overdrive. So specifically, all the ones right near the front of the map here, they're going to all have to be overdrives. The only sad thing is DDT popping power. I don't have a ton of that. So I do want to make sure I got a decent amount of that as well, because that could definitely become an issue long term. So I got to pick things that are inside of the range of my villages here, and I want to get them up to some sort of lead popping power. So I was thinking I go for Ring of Fires. Now, I could also go for just the 3rd tiers to try to increase the total Pierce, but I think this is probably better overall just because there's going to be a lot of balloons coming out against me. I want to make sure I'm doing something against them. And then I need, even though it seems weird, I think I'm actually going to go for the long range on most of these, just because I feel like the way that this works just kind of makes more sense to get more range on them. I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly the right thing to do, but that's what I want to try to do. So anything in range here, going to be lots of Rings of Fire, going to be lots of overdrive textures right in the front here, and we're going to try to fill this out. But I actually don't regret my design whatsoever. I think this makes a lot of sense. I got mostly Tack Shooters kind of all over the place over here, overdrives, just kind of like delete the Moab layer, but I still need something to clean up the balloons. And I think the Rings of Fire in general do a really good job of cleaning up the balloons, allowing the overdrives to still just hit the Moab layer rather than actually having to focus on a bunch of ceramics. In addition, I decided to change one thing. I did decide to go for one Call to Arms, or rather just an MIB, kind of in range of sort of the front over here, because DDTs were still becoming kind of an issue. I might need to do something similar over here or over here or something like that just to make sure I have enough DDT popping power. So right now, that's still my biggest issue. I'm definitely afraid of DDTs. But the bad balloons that come out could be way more devastating than the DDTs by the time I actually upgrade and unlock everything that I have over here. Also, I officially ran out of money just a few rounds ago. Luckily, I'm recouping the losses at the moment. But round 110 is already getting kind of wild here. You can see this, oh my gods and everything, can overwhelm your Tack Shooters, including the 3 5th tiers. These rounds just ramp up so quick, it's kind of ridiculous. All right, we got to get back to spending. It's around 120, and I'm officially fully built if I don't sell my banana farms. And I feel like I did a good job farming. It's almost the exact amount of money that I need. Probably a little bit in excess, but I'd rather finish earlier on building. Just gonna let it ride out rather than like constantly being like, oh no, I need another $600 somehow to finally beat this round or finally get this last tack shooter upgrade. But you know what? Tack shooters doing pretty well. So I've got a couple questions for you guys. First of all, I want to talk about this as a series. I think that is a kind of cool idea to see how each individual tower can kind of fare against late game, whether their 5th tiers are powerful enough and or the 4th tiers are powerful enough as well to kind of keep up without much help from other things. Specifically, I know tack shooters kind of really good just in general, but you usually need to buff them quite a bit. Luckily, the village is most of our buffs here, but we could also overclock or perma-brew or something like that to make these guys even more powerful and significantly more powerful at that. And most towers, of course, perma-brewing anything is going to make them more powerful, but tack shooters have a special way of just being so much more powerful, it's almost ridiculous. So, do you guys think that this setup is fair? Unlimited villages? I think it's fair since we're doing a complete build throughout the entirety of the map here. I will definitely be using these guys because I'm lazy. I don't really care if I'm sitting here for 3 hours watching the game play itself by clicking abilities or just letting the game play itself because it can. I'm doing enough work already. I don't need to make this harder on myself. So I definitely will be using those guys. Don't fight me on that. But as far as villages go, do you guys agree with unlimited villages without using a 5th tier primary expertise? And then also, there are towers with paragons. That will change things up completely because any tower with a paragon is going to kind of dominate. And then, of course, all towers are eventually supposed to get paragons, but right now, not all towers do have paragons. So I was thinking that I would go paragon-less in my late game runs, but I wanted your guys' thoughts on that. Do you think that I should go with paragons or without paragons? I definitely want to know your guys' opinion because it will help me understand how I should go with the series in the future. And last thing I want to talk about with this series is also map choice. I like Monkey Lane a lot. I think it makes sense for a lot of different towers and a lot of different positionings. It's got a lot of circles, so you still have time to react to everything, but it's not an automatic longest map in the game or anything like that. It's not logs. It's not resort. You still actually have to fight the balloons. So, of course, if I wanted to squeeze out a few more extra rounds, I probably would play on logs or resort or something if I really wanted to do that. That's not the point. The point is just to go to the highest round that we can on a fun map rather than the longest map. And I think Monkey Lane's a pretty freaking fun map. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Those 3 things, let me know in the comments. If you have any opinions or thoughts or anything, or you just say, Chris, do your thing, that's all good with me. I just want to hear it from you guys. I like to work with you, I like to make good videos, and I like to make sure that you guys are happy with my videos. So if we do this as a series going forward, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Anyways, here's round 130 already. We ranted for like 10 rounds. And things are still going pretty good. But I think I'm finally going to start getting rid of all my banana farms. I don't think I need them anymore. Oh no, my village! Why did I sell him? All right, for now, we're going to keep 3 banana farms just in case. For some freaking reason, we need more money than that. But let's get back to spamming. Oh, yeah. Confirm it, baby. Alright guys, this could be the end. I have not tried this out yet, but usually if I'm going to run into some issues, it's probably going to be against a reinforced bad balloon. So I'm going to use everything I got here, and luckily, again, we got a lot of Pierce, so I'm hoping we could just cut through this guy. Also, if you guys want to have some fun, just kind of watching the stuff unfold here, can you find the one unupgraded tack shooter? Can you find it? Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. It probably doesn't look as pretty for you as it does for me, just because by the time I render and by the time it uploads, YouTube just sort of kills my upload quality because it takes too much to upload that stuff. Oh, crap, dude. Uh-oh. Reinforced bad balloon. Getting right near the end. Oh, DDTs! Oh, dang. Okay. I gotta retry this one at least one more time. Complete redesign of my entire system. Oh my god, we tanked like 600 lives right there. Oh. The question is, can we still pop these? Oh my gods. We got Homeland Defense coming up. That's good. That's good. Really good. We get a Super Strom. 3 other Maelstroms ready to go too. 4 Stroms. Build them up. Build them up. Come on. What are we gonna do? Oh, and there they go. No. I thought we were gonna make it, guys. I thought we were going to make it, but without a complete rebuild of my entire situation here, I don't know what else we could do. We did our best. We utilized the locations that we can. The only thing we didn't do was upgrade this one tack shooter. If you hate me for it, you can hate me all day. But that was a fun run. It was not as far as I thought we were going to get, though. I thought we would get a little bit further. But these are some of the cheapest 4th tiers in the game, and I think with some more expensive 4th tiers, we might be able to make it a bit further. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you press that like button for me. If this is about where you predicted, make sure you subscribe. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.